Deserts. So you can see here with the deserts where they're found in the world. They're found in both temperate, cold deserts and tropical, warm desert areas. Low water vapor in the atmosphere results in the daily temperature extremes, all right? Very hot during what part of the day? Yeah, during the day, and then cold at night. Precipitation's low, you can see here 25 centimeters per year. And the soil, low vegetation causes there to be low organic material, but it's usually often high in mineral content. Low organic, high mineral content. Common type of plants, of course, cactus, yuccas, Joshua trees, sagebrushes. Desert plants tend to have reduced leaves or no leaves, instead have spines or thorns. Why do you think this? Well, it's because of the very dry climate. Those plants don't want to expose that water that they would hold out in the open to it easily to cause an increase in what process of the water cycle? Yeah, transpiration. All right, they're trying to reduce transpiration so they can hold on to that water as much as possible, because there would be increased transpiration in the desert if they didn't. If they had leaves, there would be more transpiration. They're losing that water. So they have the thorns, spines, to keep other animals from trying to steal that water. Common animals tend to be small, right? Because they don't want to lose or have to deal with such a large body mass in dealing with temperatures. While you get animals smaller in warmer areas but bigger in colder areas, all has to do with the temperature and homeostasis going on within the individual. There are very few amphibians, but there are specialized reptiles such as tortoise, iguanas, Gillian monsters or Gila monsters, and Mojave rattlesnakes. Mammals like gerbills, jerboas, kangaroos, jackrabbits, mole deers, rodents, fennec foxes, and some birds of prey. Looking here at a desert food web, you can see here your producers, how they're much smaller, lack of leaves, more spines. Primary consumers, insects, lizards, smaller organisms. You can see they're all smaller. Secondary, lizards and snakes, and then tertiary, foxes and different types of birds of prey. When do you think that these consumers tend to come out and are most active during a 24-hour cycle? Yeah, it's usually at night. Why do you think it's at night? Yeah, because they want to conserve what? They want to conserve energy. And it would require a lot of energy to be able to function during a hot time, more than it would during a cooler time, which is at night. It's all about conservation of energy. Human impacts to the deserts. Transportation is a huge one, causing topsoil erosion, causing less vegetation to be able to grow. And also overuse of water supplies. All right. A lot of populations live in the desert, and to get to that water you have to dig very far down, and that water that you dig very far down for is called fossil water, which you'll see with the home project that we're going to be watching that movie. Fossil water, once you deplete it, it's gone. And then also poaching, which is a big concern of those desert tortoise and other certain types of cactus. Think about that, cactus poaching. Well, yeah, if you're going to remove this from that area to try to sell it to somewhere else or use it for some type of purpose, you can have poaching of plants. Chaparrals and savannas. First, looking at chaparrals, these biomes are really interesting. You find chaparrals in California here in the United States. They're also found in Chile in South America. some in northern Africa and lower Europe, and then also southern Africa and southern Australia. They have mild winters, very dry summers, very low precipitation. Soil is thin and often not very fertile. Fires are a big driving factor here of this biome. Many plants are fire adapted and grow best in the months following fires because the fires tend to release nutrients back into the soil. Tree and shrubs often have a hard, small, leathery leaves that are resistant to water loss, that transpiration. Plant roots are limited because of the poor soil. And then we talked about the different types of locations that you can find them. Your chaparral tends to look like this with these shrubs, almost looking like a desert, but it has more of a more abundant plants than you would find in the desert. Looking at different food webs here and different organisms that you find in the chaparral. And then savannas. Savannas are the biome is a tropical grassland with widely scattered clumps of low-lying trees. Temperatures vary very little throughout the year. Precipitation is pretty, not too little, but not also that high. Tend to be around 85 to 100 centimeters per year. Soil is somewhat low in essential nutrients and minerals, and you can find them here in Africa, India, northern Australia, looks like Brazil, and then also Madagascar. So what your savanna will typically look like. Looks like a grassland, but it has those trees. Alright, some animals that you can find. You can find elephants, zebras, cheetahs, termite mines or mounds. Savannas are also the place where scientists would agree that humans and hominids tend to diverge from other primate species, because as a changing climate and this biome started to form, less and less trees were abundant, so the trees were spread out farther. So it would be more beneficial for these primates or these organisms to be able to walk upright, to be able to walk from one place to another, because it expends less energy to be bipedal or moving on 2 feet than it would be on all fours.